There's dive watches, there's dress watches, and there's tool watches. But I think there's also a watch that every collector imagines that just doesn't exist. It's the one that you wish they had added to their catalog, and they have yet to do so, and you just don't know why. So today, we're going to be talking about that piece, what that piece is for me, and what that piece might be for you. I think we've seen a lot of innovation in watchmaking. Transparent cases, meteorite dials, tourbillons. But what if I told you the most desirable watch on the market just doesn't actually exist? And it should. Here's the problem. Most watches are either overbuilt or they're too delicate. You've got a Rolex Explorer on one side and a Cartier Tank on the other. But what about a thin, elegant daily diver with a vintage soul that actually holds its value? What would that watch look like? What would it be? Now, I know that everybody likes to play watchmaker and essentially say that, what they have envisioned would be so much better and it would fly off the shelves. I know every year when Rolex comes out with their biggest collection around April, they're always saying, hey, if they just put a bezel like this, if they just put a dial like this, it would be an amazing watch. I'm surprised that they haven't done that yet. And I guess this video is my version of that. Essentially, hey, what would I like to see? What am I surprised that they have yet to create? And what if you had something that was a 36.5 millimeter case? It was a manual watch, because automatic is overrated for something like this. And it had Roman numerals, dolphin hands, and just enough flash. What if that piece had 50 millimeters of water resistance? It was wearable, but it wasn't disposable. And it had a slim profile, under 8 millimeters. It slips under any dress cuff. Now, what if that piece came in steel, platinum, or solid gold? And it didn't have any filler materials. Those pieces that, come in these different materials that are not quite luxury, but also not quite, what's that word? More casual. And basically this watch would be the love child of a 1940s Patek and a modern Ming. For those who don't know Ming, it's a wonderful independent brand that really understands the beauty and simplicity. And I just think it's a great watch, But here's the kicker. I don't think anyone's made it yet because, again, a lot of brands are chasing these two extremes. You have oversized masculinity on one side and trendy collabs on the other. I think people, they want character. They want something understated, something that is old money and a little timeless, but they also want something new. I'm not saying we're building one, but if Taylor Timepieces did, it would be limited and handmade, brutally elegant. Would you wear something like that? And also, if there is a piece that's you think should be added to a collection, please let us know. Again, it's always super interesting to talk about these new, interesting ideas that people have and how they think that the watch world could benefit from a different model or a different size, maybe a Cartier with a unique red dial or a GMT with a certain hand configuration. I think the fun part about watches is not just seeing what's available, but also kind of imagining what could be available, imagining the possibilities in this really creative field. So, I would love to hear in the comments what you guys might have cooked up in your minds as to the new pieces that you would love to see in the market, even if they have not been created yet. That's even better. Tell me about your ideas for a giant 50 millimeter Cartier. Tell me about your ideas for a red bezel sub. One of the brands that I think does very well with listening to his client base is Tudor. And it's interesting. I feel like whenever I hear someone say they should do XYZ with Tudor, just that brand does it, in the next release. It's something that comes out that really just pleases everyone, and they do a very good job at listening to their clients. So I'm really hoping that really changes across the board with other brands, and other brands will follow suit. And I'm excited to see what the future of the watch industry really can do. And I'm excited to see all these new models that come out. So, again, in the comments, tell me what you are interested in. Tell me what you would like to see in the future. And I would love to discuss it with you guys. Again, I think it's totally awesome that we're able to just sit and create and talk about what we would like to see in this industry. I think no other industry is that collaborative in the people that are interested in what is coming out of these different factories. So thanks for watching, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Bye bye.